going to the Ron Paul restaurant, Cafe Strudel, here in West Columbia.
Hi, welcome to Cafe Strudel. How are you today?
Very good.
Can we get you something to eat? Would you like to have a seat?
Yes, cup of coffee, something to eat.
Okay, we have coffee right up here. And we do have a Ron Paul special.
What's the Ron Paul special?
It's a stuffed burger. You can't beat it. And if you'd like to know more about Ron Paul, we have a Ron Paul table right here.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can check that out.
So I don't see any other candidates being advertised. What's so special about Ron Paul?
Ron Paul, in my opinion, is the only choice because if you believe
Is
in
the
freedom,
owner available?
Yes, he is. My stepdad's right back here.
Okay.
Let me see if he's available.
Well, I just wondered why he decided to back Ron Paul. Could you have him talk to us about that?
Definitely, he'd be glad to. Hold on just a second. Would you like to say a few words about Ron Paul?
Sure.
Yeah, here he is.
Hey,
Hello.
Over here talking about Ron Paul.
Yes.
Well, my wife Marilyn and I own and operate Cafe Strudel. My name is Tripp in Turbyville in West Columbia, South Carolina, and have for over 10 years. And we just believe that Ron Paul is the only, in my opinion, he's the only politician that's speaking true to constitutionality, and in my opinion, the only one that's been true to his word consistently for the last 20 years. You know, small business is the backbone of America. We're, you know, the federal government has grown to such a size it can't support itself. There's so many rules and regulations, onerous laws and stuff. It's making it very hard to continue in business nowadays. But we still wholeheartedly support Ron Paul, and we put a sign out and let everybody know where we stand, because that's what it's all about.
Someone told me you actually lost some business because of that.
Oh, I don't think I lost any business. we've been busier than we've ever been. So I think some of those Ron Paul supporters have been coming in, and you know,
Conference making up for the
I don't really worry about that, because you know everybody's got political opinions, and people come to eat. They come for the food, but it's nice to be able to put it out and help spread the word for Dr. Paul and promote his cause and help out any small way that we can.
What kind of literature do you have available?
Oh, it's surprising we've got any here today. We usually run it low. People pick it up all the time. We've got some DVDs, some bumper stickers, some little back sheets, and position papers, and just about anything that you want to find. We hand it out, including yard signs and buttons. I've already taken my button off, but I usually have one on.
Ron Paul! Ron Paul!
My name is Vernon Davenport. I'm the owner of the Subway at 1201 Charleston Highway in West Columbia. The ideas that I express are mine alone. I don't speak for the Subway Corporation in any way. I like Ron Paul because he has one big idea that's simple but it's right. We need to govern the way the Constitution says we ought to go. We don't need to make up anything new. We don't need to find our own way. It's all written for us in black and white. The Constitution tells us how our country ought to run, and it worked just fine for 200 years or so. It's the blueprint on which our country was built. It made us great. Ron Paul would like to see us go back to that and get out of some of the problems that have come up since we've stopped doing things the Constitution.
As a businessman, how would it affect you here at the Subway?
The most important way is make my tax situation a lot better. Ron Paul wants to ease up on taxes for everybody. He just wants to see taxes cut across the board. And even if that means reducing the size of the federal government, especially if it means that. And that's going to make it better for everybody, not just for a businessman. I'll have more money to run my business. I'll be able to invest more. I'll be able to decide what I want to do with my money, but it'll help everybody though.
What's so important about Ron Paul getting into office versus all the other candidates?
He has principles and he's true to them. There's no doubt in my mind about that. He says what he means and he means what he says. He's proven it many times over. He's not a man who votes for tax increases. He's not a man who sends our troops into filling wars where they don't belong. He's not a man who wants the federal government to get bigger, and he's shown it. I don't have to take his word for it. There's plenty of evidence. I've heard about him in news reports. It would come up that he was the only congressman who voted against this tax increase or voted to send troops there or here or there. Dr. Paul, whenever you're in South Carolina, I'd love to have you on my subway at 1201 Charleston Highway in West Columbia. I invite you to come here and support free enterprise anytime you wish. Jose, I've talked to Steve about how busy you're going to be with the primaries coming up. A few of those nights I'd like to help you out with some free sandwiches. I can't do a lot, but I can keep you fed. I know you'll have some late nights coming, so just get in touch with me. Steve knows how to reach me. Right. Go Ron Paul! Go Ron Paul!
Ron Paul.
Hi, Ron Paul.
They call that the inflation, but the inflation is what the Federal Reserve does by printing money. This week they decided they'd run the printing presses faster. They said, we're going to lower interest rates. Oh, everybody loves interest rates that particular day. The stock market goes up. Oh, low interest rates, that's great. But low interest rates means they're inflating faster. They're destroying the dollar. You can't destroy the dollar and save the system. You can't solve the problems of inflation by more inflation. It makes no sense whatsoever. And we do know that Randolph Bourne once warned us that said that war is the health of the state. And even if you don't have a real war or a real reason for a war, if you have a war mentality, the people are expected to become sheep and do what the government tells them. And what is the first thing they tell you in a time of war? That it is up to you to sacrifice liberty because the government's going to make you safe. It's never necessary to sacrifice liberty to be safe.